What's going on, y'all? So listen.
What's going on, y'all? So we are back again. Excuse my I just had a sucker. Okay, I had to give in to a craving. You know what I'm saying? And okay, but y'all was like, bitch, we ain't even know all that. We can see, we get it. Okay, put down in the comments what's your favorite flavor: red, blue, grape, or whatever. Okay, and if you feel me, you understood that question. Okay, you understood what I was saying. But anyway, my favorite is blue, as you can tell. But let's get into this episode review of Black Ink Crew Chicago. This is season 6, episode 14, Mucus Plug Still Plug. Well, Mucus Still Plug. Okay, because it starts off with basically Charmaine. We're going to get her out the way for a second. Charmaine, she had a little scare last week. She thought that her mucus plug had came out. She thought she was about to get ready to give birth and go into labor and whatever. Come to find out, her mucus plug is still plugged. Okay, and she said, as according to her, she's just a little juicy. Okay, hey, that happens. That happens. All right, either that or Braxton Hicks contractions. Set off contractions. That's what they are. Somebody that I follow on Instagram right now, they in the hospital because they was having Braxton Hicks. But the craziness of a woman's body and what women go through. Oh my God! And talking about pregnancy, put down in the comments I don't know if you guys. I was gonna wait till um what it is to talk about this or to bring it up, but the Nicole Thea YouTuber, she was pregnant, like 24 years old. She was pregnant and she passed away and her baby passed away. Did they ever put in there exactly what happened? And then you got the stuff that's going on, like with this other case. I forgot the girl's name, but she gave birth, black girl gave birth and she passed away as well. Like, it's crazy. And with black women, if you don't know, I'm sorry to give y'all a little educational break from this, but we have to put it out there. It's dangerous for black women especially to give birth. It's dangerous for a woman to give birth, period, but it's dangerous more. The risk is much more higher for black women because black women have to go through discrimination. Okay, that's one of the main things. They don't get treated fairly like a white person, a white woman who's giving birth would. They don't get listened to the way. And so, you got to take that seriously. And I just, seeing those two cases, it just really shook me up a little bit. But yeah, Charmaine, she at home on bed rest. That's what she's supposed to be doing. She's 9 months pregnant, and she doing her little blogging or whatever, daily updates about what's going on and how she's feeling about the way the shop is being ran. She's seeing everything on Instagram. Second City Inc. They're doing these little TikTok dances and stuff like this. And Kitty had came in late when we saw her last time, last week's episode, and she had an issue with that. And she just feels like she needs some reinforcement, like something needs to be happening there. And so that's what was going on with her. She's basically on bed rest and, just daily blogging her life until she gets ready to have this baby. And at the same time, it's a scary situation because, as they keep reiterating throughout the episode, because this is March 11th when the episode starts off, more and more cases of the virus is coming up and people are being more aware of it a little bit, but they have not shut us down yet because it's only March 11th. We didn't get shut down until I think March 27th or March 28th, one of those, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what was going on with Charmaine for the most part. Then we get Prince and Drea. Drea and Prince are still cool. And on the one hand, the way I didn't like the way Drea handled the situation. That's why I come for Drea the way that I come for, because I didn't like the way she handled the situation between her and Charmaine, the way that they blew up. Actually, I didn't like the way neither one of them handled the situation. Okay, and I can be honest and call both of them out, but she understands, so I'm gonna leave her alone. In this episode, she kind of redeemed herself for me a little bit. Charmaine will be Charmaine, girl. I'm gonna still talk about that bitch, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm sorry. Okay, but her and Prince, they're still cool. And I appreciate the fact that, even though they got to sneak around, Prince didn't just drop her just because she went over there to Nine Mag. Because truth be told, Nine Mag is not the enemy. It's just that the way that she did it, it was just uh, to me. That's how it felt. So I understood where Charmaine was coming from and the way that she felt about it. And that's why I felt the way about it. Not necessarily because of what Charmaine, but from looking at my viewpoint, the way that she went about it, I just really wasn't in agreement. But because it felt like well, since I'm not working with you, let me go over here and work with Ryan. And they got a messed up relationship. It's not all the way 100% there. So, him Prince being around her, they're still cool, but I'm still glad that they're, still cool with one another. But she and Four are putting together this whole event that they trying to do, networking, celebrating black artists in the tattoo industry. And she wants Prince to kind of like introduce the idea to Charmaine to get Second City over there involved in it too, to come and participate and network and do all that and meet up or whatever, you know. And so he was down for that. We get some little information about Drea more so this episode because she was doing a tattoo for one of her clients who wanted a butterfly in memory of her mother who passed away. And so, Drea started giving us her history about her backstory about what happened to her when her mother passed away, how, her mother was dealing with mental health issues. And, she's very sympathetic to a lot of women, people in general who lose their moms, and especially women. And, Ryan had an event where they always do for the mothers of the city who have lost children, and it was on Nova's Day, I guess. And they did it at Rachel's place, her nail place, salon or whatever. And her place is called Pear Nova, okay? And it's because, her and Nova was cool with each other. Nova was like a big sister to her. They had their child around the same time. I think it was Ava's birthday or something like that because Ava would have been 12 years old or something like that. But it's centering around her Ryan's sister and daughter that passed away, that was murdered. And so, we get that connection and we see how all of them come together. And, Drea was there and she said that really touched her. And, having Ryan there talk about the whole situation and saying, usually this day is what get them down or whatever, but it felt a little bit better because you don't necessarily get over things like that. But it felt better to be able to give back to other people who have dealt with this, mothers who have dealt with losing a child. It's something that he has never felt before, but he knows that his mother is still going through it, And so that was good. That was good. But back to Drea's story, that whole situation, made her start thinking about her mom. And she said her mom had dealt with mental illness, and then that led to her dealing with drugs and around 16 years old. She was on drugs or whatever. And I guess they stopped talking for a minute and she got herself clean like around 19 years old. And just when they was about to start, I guess, initiating some healing and getting things together, her mother committed suicide 3 years later. And this really hit her hard because it was the week after. Her mother committed suicide the week after she lost her baby, and she was 4 months pregnant when she lost her baby. And I was like, wow, so she must have stillborn or something like that, or the heart. It was crazy. I'm not going to try to figure it out, but that's sad in itself. You have to deal with the loss of a child that you probably 9 out of 10 she heard the heartbeat. I don't know if you can feel a kick at that stage, probably can't, but you heard a heartbeat. You knew it was some life there. You knew it was a little bit, it was viable at that point. Oh, I'm spitting. You knew it was viable, okay? And then all of a sudden, nothing. You know what I'm saying? That has to be hell to pay. And something I wouldn't even imagine going through, So my heart goes out to anybody who has lost a child during birth or before birth or miscarried like that. That's trauma. That's trauma. That's psychological trauma. That's mental trauma. That's emotional trauma. That's a lot. Okay. Especially if you really truly wanted that child. Yes. And then she lost her mother to suicide right after, a week after. That was a lot, So she was just dealing with all of that. Later on in the episode, we see that her friend Mecca had set up for her to talk to a medium or a psychic or whatever to bring up and, communicate with her mom. And, she wound up doing that. And the mom supposedly was there and, the baby as well, they're up in heaven together and all that stuff. And I don't, oh, excuse me. I don't necessarily believe in all of that, but whatever comes from somebody and that whatever gets them through the day, I'm not going to judge it, okay? That's just not what I do, but I'm not going to judge it, Moving on from that. This situation that's going on at Second City Inc. Let me tell you something. How did you feel about, I want you guys' honest opinion. How did you feel about the way Kitty handled the situation between Star, the new artist, and then her client giving her client to plug? Because what wound up happening is it was a client that was waiting there for Star and the other girl, what's her name, Lily? The receptionist, okay? They're there on temporary trial basis. And with the new tattoo artist Jabari too, they're there on trial basis trying to see if they fit at Second City, test them out and all that. And she's already messing up on the second day. The second day, I think it was the second day, she's coming in late as hell, to the point that Kitty had to give her client to plug. And so her excuse was her phone was dead. She couldn't get in contact with them. She couldn't get in contact with the babysitter or whatever. But you're hours late. You're hours late. She was over an hour late, I would say. Over an hour late. So where were you in that amount of time that your phone was dead? What were you doing? And how come you were not prepared? I don't feel like that was an excuse. And I understood why Kitty got upset. Okay. Kitty, I honestly feel like she did what she had to. Even though Plug said, Kitty came in late and, she coming down on Star, whatever, but Kitty was not in charge that day. Okay. Kitty is in charge. She's enforcing the rules or whatever. And maybe Charmaine probably reprimanded her, which I probably doubt. But, Kitty trying to prove a point, okay, that she's in charge. She can run the shop or whatever. But in all honesty, that's what would have happened if you're in a regular business too. Just because you couldn't get your phone charged up, you could have went to the store and brought a charger somewhere and plugged that bitch up and said, I'm on my way. You could have asked to use somebody's phone and said, I'm on my way, or something. You could have did some type of way or reached out on social. Well, you ain't got your phone. You could have did something, okay? I honestly feel like it's no excuse, you know what I'm saying? Unless you was traveling by bus or train and there really was no way that you can get or buy a charger, you know what I'm saying? It's a Walgreens. These little corner stores sell them, okay, like $6, you know what I'm saying? And it really was no excuse. And for Star, it was a bad look. And then, you talking about some, you gave my client away. What? I need my money. I need to pay my bills. I need to pay my babysitter. I need to do this. You should have thought about that. Okay? It's not her fault that you were the one that allowed your phone to die. Okay? No, you did that on your own. You should have had that shit plugged up. Like when I go out the house, if I know I'm about to be going out the house and I'm going to be staying somewhere for a while, either I put my phone on airplane mode so the battery won't run down, or I take a charger with me depending on where it's at. I'm at work, I have a charger home and I have a charger at work so that I won't even have to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? So my phone always stay on 100%. Okay? As soon as I see that thing trying to get low or whatever, it get below 80%, Ashley go put that bitch on the charger, okay, and charge it back up to 100. You know what I'm saying? So I can never give that excuse that, well, my phone was dead. The same thing, like, people go to bed without charging their phone up. I don't understand that. I put my shit on the charger every night so my shit can be ready as soon as I wake up. Because that's my life. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, she got into her feelings over that. But, Kitty trying to put her foot down, trying to make it seem like she really doing something. Then we get this scene with Ford and Bella. They're going out for tacos for lunch, I believe. And, he talking about wanting to start a family, you know, him being the only person that out of his crew that hasn't had a kid yet, that doesn't have a family or whatever. And you know, Bella was right. You have to get somebody to make that work like that. You have to be with somebody that's your friend, you know, that has been your friend or should start off as friends or whatever, so that y'all can truly get to know each other before you jump into a full blown relationship just out of want or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And so she started putting herself in it. And I'm like, no, for if you don't even fuck her, like don't even have sex with her or anything. That girl ain't nothing but drama. Okay. She's the way that she acted at this network event, she's already acting possessive. And that ain't even her man. And he ain't even touched her yet. You know what I'm saying? So no, please, Ford, don't even touch that. And Bella, you don't. No, girl. That ain't you. And I hate to say that. You know, you ain't even on his level, but to be quite honest, you're not on his level. And I mean, opposites attract or whatever, and I shouldn't say that or whatever, but it's Bella. She's just full of drama. Four is so low key or whatever, girl, you will start piss mental illness. Like, no, I just, that wouldn't be a good fit. I wouldn't see that happening. No, 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 no. And speaking of the networking event pops off. Everybody's there. They're having a good time. Charmaine said, you know what? She's tired of being up in the house at this point. You know, so she sent Neek out on an errand that's gonna be a couple of hours long or whatever. So she got her stuff ready. She went down to the networking event. Or the Black Annual Tattoo Artist event or whatever. And, you know, she popped up on their asses, okay? Everybody was surprised and they was here for it or whatever. Of course, Kitty didn't come. You know, Drea was happy that people actually showed up because, like I said, there was more cases coming out about this virus and, you know, people are getting into a little frenzy or whatever about it. So she was surprised people showed up, and as much as they showed up, I said, girl, they showed up because they knew the camera crew was going to be there. That's what it was, okay? They knew the camera crew was gonna be there. That's networking, okay? But ain't nobody plugged nothing. But they wanted to get their little face in. Shit, I probably would have showed up too. All right. But you know, I do like the fact that Drea said that, you know, she wants to use this event also for everybody to, you know, try to build a bridge over any type of rivalry or beef that they had. You know, girl, my mouth is dry. Dry and juicy at the same time. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck? I know y'all hear me. Girl, I feel like my speech is off. Anyway, let me finish this video, okay? Girl. Anyway, but, speaking of, my lips dry. That's probably what it is. So, she wanted to end a little beef or whatever between her and Charmaine. So, she was glad that Charmaine showed up. And, you know, she said hello to Charmaine. Charmaine said hello to her. And she went over there to her and was like, okay, girl, listen. So I don't really like the way things went down, and I just want us to be cool again. And Charmaine was down for it. See, that's all that it took, you know. And I was okay with that. You know, let's just bygones be bygones, and let's start over new. Okay, let's just do it the mature way, and that's how you handle stuff. Girl, Star shows up. Okay, now Star, I'm gonna have to get on your ass in a second too, because you know, once again, you did some shit that I probably wouldn't have did. No, you did some shit that I wouldn't have done, and somebody probably would have got a misconception of you. Okay, because you went over there to Ford. Now this is the first instant. When Star went into the middle between, I think, Ford and somebody else, and Bella was right there, did you notice that Bella kind of rolled her eyes and she got her drink and she was just like, and I was like, girl, what was that? And that was before Ford and anybody said anything or even acknowledged Star. Star was trying to get her drink or something like that. Okay. And I was like, what is with the attitude with Bella? I know I'm not just sensing this. And then they went on ahead into the scene where, you know, Ford started talking to Star and Don. Start talking to them and they asking about her tattoos. You know, is she a tattoo artist? And she was like, yes. And you know, doing all of this or whatever. She's showing off her tattoos and all this stuff. Now, I didn't realize how short Star was compared to, you know, when you got her in the middle between Don and 4, she's short as ever because she was standing up, pulling her dress up and everything. We saw the bottom of her booty cheeks and her booty crack and the slit in her ass or whatever. Girl, you at a networking event, and I know you trying to show off your work or whatever, but you could have just pointed with your, you ain't have to pull it up or whatever. They can see, okay? And if they can't see it, you just point to where it's at with your stuff down. I didn't like that. That was tacky. That was a little classless to me, okay? I would have felt the type of way about that, but I wouldn't have called the bitch no hoe, okay? I wouldn't have called her a hoe. That's one thing I wouldn't have done, okay? But then Bella comes over there and she goes over and she says to 4, watch out for her because she a cloud chaser. Then she says to Don, this girl right here is trouble. Okay. Next thing you know, Star hears her and was like, what's your problem? Okay. And they get into issues. They get into fighting or whatever with their words. I don't know if it got too physical or they probably broke it up before it could, but she calling her all types of hoes, whatever. And I'm like, Bella, you are getting upset and possessive over men that ain't yours. He can talk to whoever he want to talk to. So you gonna do this with everybody that gonna come up? And since when all of a sudden you got a thing for 4? Like, come on, stop the bullshit. Okay, I said, Bella, you look like trash. You want to call this girl a $2 hoe or whatever? I mean, both y'all in the same boat. Well, at least she, you know, y'all both can't figure out your babysitting situation. Okay, both y'all look cheap as hell. If you want to be 100% honest, both y'all hair was fucked. If you want to be 100% honest, okay, like, come on, don't talk about somebody and you not up to par yourself. You not, come on, like, don't do that. You didn't have to call that girl that. Okay, she wasn't bothering you. You was just being jealous for no reason, and they knew it. Even Ryan said some people just never change, and Bella's the one that never fucking changes. Okay, you pop off for no fucking reason. I ain't like that shit. But at the end of the episode, girl, Charmaine had called Jess back. Okay, she called Jess and, you know, apologized for the way that everything went down. Which, to be quite honest, and I'm put aside my feelings about Jess and the way that she was in the first half of the season. And say, yes, she kind of was owed an apology a little bit because, you know, Charmaine did pop Kitty up on her, whatever, and she thought it was one thing and it was another, and her and Jess were put in on this, you know, Second City Inc. together, like, you know, they're managing partners, so it's both of them, you know what I'm saying, and both of them should have had a say, and they have to come to a compromise and agreement on what they should do with the place, and if she invested money in it too, as well, I don't know about that much, but most likely, possibly, that's what she did. You know, of course, she has a say in it. And I'm glad they cleared their differences and Jess came back. And to be quite honest, Jess is needed. Okay, she is needed. She came in there talking like she knew what she was saying. Okay, like Mama said, as soon as you type in Second City Inc., what we see is the whole Tribune article about Second City Inc. about to get shut down because they ain't had a license and stuff. Okay, what we need to do, you know, Kitty, you supposed to be the brand ambassador. What are we doing about the brand and all this stuff? Even though she was using it as a dig to Kitty, you know, because Kitty wasn't here for her being back. Kitty, what are you gonna do? Okay, so like, you know, I get you upset and you got a feeling or whatever because of Jess being there or whatever, but Jess was right. Okay, what have you done to make Second City Inc. better? So yeah, that's how they got into a little shouting match back and forth, or I should say, Kitty really got into her bag, but Jess was cool as a cucumber. Okay, when a bitch know what she got to do, she ain't got to get riled up, and that's what Jess did. I have to give her that. You know, she kept it cool, calm, and collected. But that was Black Ink Crew. You know, these for the last 2 episodes, I don't even think like I supposed to be giving y'all this much. I didn't think that. I don't be thinking like the review's gonna be this long, but I be giving y'all enough, like 23 minutes. Okay. Anyway, you guys tell me how you felt about this episode, and I will see you guys later. And don't forget to check out my if you watch P Valley, that came on Stars yesterday night. I put up the video review for earlier before this video, so that's already up. If you didn't get a chance to watch it. You know, you got all week or whatever, and that's gonna be a constant on my channel until it goes off. Of course, this videos, and then tomorrow's gonna be Greenleaf, and then after that the Oval. Okay, and you guys enjoy the rest of your week. I hope your week started off on a good note amongst all the craziness that was going on. But I hope you guys have a good night, and I will see you later. Peace.